These are professional video game players, training like professional athletes.
A fraction of a second in this business can mean the difference between millions of dollars. And if we can eat right, or we can sleep right, or we can train right to get that fraction of a second, then we're gonna do it, and we're gonna hoist trophies.
They're an esports team playing Counter-Strike. And they're training in a way that's new for professional gaming.
1, 2, 3,
It's part of a much larger shift happening in the industry. As more money pours in, esports is starting to look a lot like traditional sports.
No, I don't think the average person has any idea how sophisticated the operations are at a top esports team.
This team is part of a massive gaming franchise called Complexity, which manages 9 teams that compete in more than 200 competitions around the world each year. In 2017, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys invested in Complexity. And last year, 2 of their teams moved to Frisco, Texas, to live and train alongside the NFL team. By April, they will have their own facilities on campus.
Esports 1.0, players lived in mom's basement and practiced with their teams online. Generally, they'd only seen their teammates once or twice a year at the big LAN events. Esports 2.0, gamers could come, live with their coach, live with their teammates. They'd get better a lot faster, but the problem was it wasn't a wholesome lifestyle.
Lake says we've entered Esports 3.0. Players still spend a lot of time playing and practicing, as much as 12 hours a day sometimes. But they also live healthier, more balanced lives.
They're going to talk about time management, you're going to talk about physical fitness, you're going to be talking about eating right, you're going to be talking about making sure that you're in healthy relationships, talking to the media, growing your brand, a number of different things.
Complexity hopes this kind of training will give their players an edge. Esports is a $1.5 billion industry. The biggest competitions are played in front of sold-out stadiums. They get sponsored by companies like Toyota and T-Mobile and broadcast on ESPN. Players are competing for prize pools as big as $25 million.
My whole lifestyle just completely changed. Like, I was just a kid that went to college and played a lot of video games. And then all of a sudden I'm traveling all over the world from one tournament to the next, competing against these teams, playing on stages and having like tons of fans.
Along with good gyms and a proper diet, moving in with the Dallas Cowboys is giving them access to technology that will let them analyze gameplay and replicate the atmosphere of a tournament.
You guys feel good?
Yeah.
They also fly in a performance coach to help with the psychological pressure of matches.
So a great gamer would do what?
Oh,
Thinking ahead, right?
Complexity says it's too early to see specific effects of their new training, but that they've seen some improvements in the team's performance since they've moved to Frisco. Lake says it's a long-term strategy, to both make better players and keep them playing longer. Right now, most players retire from professional gaming in their mid-20s. Players often cite the long hours and highly stressful competitions.
If we properly train them and we provide different aspects of a wholesome lifestyle, we're going to be able to continually extend that. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 10 years we see people playing upwards of 40 years old.
Esports has a global audience and is well on its way to becoming a mainstream sport. We put together a complete guide to the future of esports for Quartz members, including profiles and in-depth interviews with the most important players. All new Quartz members are eligible for a free trial. Click membership exclusive link here to access the esports guide and more of our ongoing in-depth reporting on the global economy.